Hey, good evening. This is coming at you late tonight, but I've been putting off doing this video for quite some time, and it's Wednesday, and late Wednesday, but you should have it. Kelly asked me to do the how to read a crochet pattern, and I'm at least going to get started. I may not show you the whole thing tonight. There may be a how to read a crochet pattern part 2, but I'm going to intro and give you a short little video tonight on comparing and contrasting how patterns used to be written back in the day when I learned crochet and how they are written today and how you can tell the difference and what's great about both. Honestly, since I learned on that old school, I like them. But I'm going to flip you around and we're going to look at a couple of patterns and I can talk about the differences. All right, the first two books we're going to talk about is these clearly 1960s in fashion for him and her. This is both a knit and crochet pattern, but we're going to focus on the knits. And then we also have doilies, knitted, crochet, and tatted. And again, we're going to focus on the crochet. What these have in common, and even when you go back further, here is your color cascade. Let's see if this is knitted. Skip single crochet. Yep, this is crocheted. Oh my goodness, look at the Edwardian vest. Even though this is a 1960s, they've called this the Edwardian vest. Now I want to see it. Let's look at page 15. More crochet. See that? And you know this stuff's coming back in fashion. I went shopping at the mall the other day. Boldly banded. That's a crochet sweater. Oh, look at this. Pick a length. Actually, that's cute. I would put sleeves on that probably. But the vests are coming back. Let's look here. Oh, there's the Edwardian vest. Do you think that looks Edwardian? I do not. That looks very 60s. But let's just use this for example. See how all this text, I'm going to bring it up for you. See how it's all crammed together? That's how they did it. And that's what I learned on, is this really tight text. Right front, starting at shoulder, chain 15. Find 5 double crochet in 5th stitch from hook, work a slip knot stitch, draw up, and then here's the definition of that. Draw up a 1/2 inch loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through loop, single crochet into single loop of stitch. This completes a slip knot stitch. Draw up a 1/2 inch loop on hook, yarn over, and pull through the loop, single crochet in a single loop of that stitch. So it's pretty straightforward, but you have to get used to reading dense instructions. All right, so in the thread book, interesting, isn't it? Look at these two near each other. I'm going to lift up a little bit. I've stacked them on top. Almost the same darn font. But this one's put out by American Thread. And this one, oh, look it, I just happened to pick 2 by the same author. Well, I spotted that, didn't I? This is a cool one. I just saw this now that I'm grabbing these and thumbing through them, getting ready to talk to you. Look at the Lily of the Valley design. That's really cute. Because they were written by the same manufacturer, you're not going to find very many differences here. However, I am going to tell you that all the old books, even other companies, will have somewhere where there's an abbreviation chart. I even picked up one from like 1915 that it's a knitted one, but it at the very back of the book in the fine print down near the bottom, they had an abbreviations chart. It's very important when you pick up one of these books to find that in that magazine or that publication. It will be there, unless of course somebody tore the page out, but it will be there. So look for that. Most of the time, the abbreviations are standard. TR is treble crochet. You also need to know where your book was from, because this is the American Thread Company. I know we have a US definition for a treble crochet. So that's 4 loops on the hook, pull through once, twice, and a 3rd time. If this were a British publication, these would mean something slightly different. Number of loops on your hook is 3, 2, or 1. So make sure you check that as well. And I do own British publications, so I have to pay attention to that. All right, old school crochet in a big block of very close text. newer crochet, and this happens to be a book that was released in 2007. So this is a, and I can't tell you when this happened. I worked out of those old books for years, but I would guess late 90s, maybe sooner than that. Let me know if you know when these new versions came out. But with the advent of computers, at least, we started getting diagrams. Earlier than that, you can find some examples of hand-drawn diagrams, but see the diagrams right here? Here and here? Abbreviations. And this is a crochet sampler book, this one. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So not only a crochet abbreviation, but also symbols related to those abbreviations. So a circle means a chain, a dot, slip stitch. A cross is a single crochet in the US, double crochet in the UK. Half treble or half double in the US. Double crochet in the US. Treble crochet in the US. Double treble in the US. Triple treble in the US, and so on and so forth. Through the back loop, through the front loop, and then these are decreases. So all kinds of designs. There's a cluster stitch. There have also, at least in my mind, been some new stitches that developed as well. But now let's look at a pattern for a square. They still do the block of instructions, row 5, but they do break it out by row now. Where in the old books, you didn't get a row stitch, you just got a clump. And it would somewhere in there say turn or around and slip stitch. And you would have to find the breaks for the rows. They didn't really include that because they were trying to take up as little paper as possible. But now what you also have is drawings. So theoretically, you don't have to look at this text at all. You can just look at the diagram, and there's your start. Put this number of chains. You can count them. Sometimes they'll even write that number at the end of the row for you. Turn. Let's find out where our turn is. There's our turn. Chain 3. Double crochet across into each chain. Chain 1, skip 1. Double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. Double crochet, skip 1. Chain 1, skip 1. Double crochet to the end of the row. Turn with a chain, single crochet across, bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch, and so on and so forth. So you can theoretically get your instructions down to this size, just like you did before, but with the drawing. This one's extraordinary in the amount of diagrams and layout diagrams. This one is better than your average, but still a darn good book. 2007 is this book. These are from the 60s. These are the old school crochet instructions methodology. So I hope that was useful. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so. There's going to be more little tutorials like this. And if you subscribe, ring the bell so that you get notified when our new stuff comes out. There'll be tutorials. There'll be me just talking about what's happening in my crazy life. Yeah, I'll see you. Oh, and like and leave a comment. Are you a crocheter? Did you learn on the old instructions, or are you a modern crocheter that understands graphing? I have to say the learning curve was a little steep for me in switching over to the diagramming, although I had an easier time with the crochet diagrams than I did with the knitted diagrams. That one lagged a little bit. Anyway, I will see you on Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, I am at the IOLI Lace Day down in Tualatin. So if you're local, come down and say hi. I'll have all the goods there, so you'll get the rare opportunity for a live sale. Otherwise, I'll see you video. Bye.